wherever I have been posted, I have built basketball courts in that unit. A basketball team has been formed by me and we have played basketball. We just had two names of underworld shooters. And we knew that they were traveling on a particular train from Mumbai to Delhi. So we didn't know their full names, where they were sitting. When this information came to me, I needed to dispatch people who did the job A, honestly, B, with a lot of patience. Because, it was like searching for a needle in a haystack. The whole Punjab mail had to be searched for these two. So my automatic choice went to sports persons, to basketball players. The Mastan and Nagpada, when they play against each other, it's a law and order issue. I know so many other criminals who are basketball fans, and I remember going with the police team to play matches there, and you suddenly see that face who you are looking out for is sitting down in the crowd and watching the game. No, that 5% sports quota was always there. However, what was happening, a whole lot of just very average players were getting selected. So we started, when I was there, I started the system in the unit which was under me, whereby we would hold trials and then select the player in that sport to see whether the player was really good or not. And what happened was automatically the standard went up, because if my team was good, in the other units, those unit chiefs also wanted to compete, so they started recruiting good players. So it had a trickle-down effect all over, and the standard of sports in Maharashtra improved. So it is not that I introduced the 5% quota. The 5% quota was always there. The only thing we did was make sure that the 5% quota was completed. We had quality players coming in. Another thing which we had started at that time, in which the policy, I was there in one of the members in that, was the one-step promotion, where if a player from Maharashtra, from the police, went into the nationals and got a medal, he automatically got one-step promotion. So a constable became a police naik became a head constable became a ASI became a sub-inspector. So up to that level. And you could get promotion thrice like this because of sports. So you have so many players who have reached the sub-inspector level only because of sports, because of that policy which we started, what is called one-step promotion. I think definitely so, because a sportsman or a sportswoman, stamina-wise, they are stronger, the stamina is more, and more important than, the player, there are two attributes which a sportsman has. One is patience and one is never give up. Even if you get used to losing, but not giving up. So that is what a sportsman brings to a job or to an organization, that, the stamina is there, the patience is there, and the never give up attitude. See, I played basketball for Bombay schools. So basketball and cricket were the two games. Same thing, I represented the college in basketball and cricket. So I've been cricket, because of the long hours, one could not pursue it in the job, where the job did not afford that much time for one to play cricket. But basketball, yes. So wherever I have been posted, I have built basketball courts in that unit. A basketball team has been formed by me, and we have played basketball. So, wherever I have gone, you will find a basketball court there, and you will find a basketball team there. Maybe in my career, maybe about a dozen in Maharashtra. Because I've served in Maharashtra. It was built in Akola, it was built in Khamgaon, it was built in Usmanabad, in Mumbai, in the railways, you name it. And when I was in training in 2 or 3 training institutes, we got basketball courts made. So basketball was a passion with me since I loved playing this. That was my way of venting out frustrations of it was like a pressure cooker sort of thing, where it was a whistle which helped me to relax. So I played basketball and I recruited basketball players in the sports quota. So we had, wherever I went, there was reasonably good basketball team there in that unit. So, we just had 2 names of underworld shooters. And we knew that they were traveling on a particular train from Mumbai to Delhi. So we didn't know their full names, where they were sitting. When this information came to me, I needed to dispatch people who did the job A, honestly, B, with a lot of patience. Because, it was like searching for a needle in a haystack. The whole Punjab mail had to be searched for these 2. So my automatic choice went to sports persons, to basketball players. So they went along with the train and they acted like ticket checkers. I had spoken to the railway authorities who permitted them to board the train wearing the black coat, acting as ticket checkers so that they could go to every individual passenger. And it was only at Nizamuddin railway station, which is just 1 step away from Delhi, they were able to identify the 2 people. So it is only because of the sports basketball that A, they were patient, and B, they never gave up. They continued the search. There were 2-3 in that group. It's not only that one case, that Raut was the name of the national this. There were others, Anwar and Irfan. They helped me in that morning walk where that husband was having an affair with another woman. So he took his wife for a morning walk and gave the contract to people. So they came as chain snatchers and stabbed her to death. So it was these 2 basketball players, Anwar and Irfan, who were part of the team which worked on this case. The sports quota is there everywhere. It's a Government of India instruction, guideline, that you need to get 5% quota. What is happening is, a lot of people who are not meritorious sportsmen or sportswomen, they are taking advantage because of various extraneous factors and coming into the force. So here in Maharashtra, we had done a study that how many 5% sports quotas have been recruited in the last 3 years. How many of them won medals during our Maharashtra State Police Games? How many went on to represent the state? Because if you're so good that you're getting a 5% quota, you would definitely get selected in the state team. And there we found out that, there were people who didn't even win the Maharashtra State Police Games in a sports quota. So that's where a lot of brainstorming went, and we started then saying that the unit has to give a report. After 2 years, after 3 years, your sports quota people, what was the result of that? With the result, people started recruiting genuine sportsmen. It's a fantastic idea. It's a novel idea. And when he came up with it, I told him that he was far ahead of his times, especially in India, not abroad. He has taken me to such sports schools in Madrid. We went to Amsterdam. We went to Australia to see these sports schools. And one of the reasons why these countries do so well is because they pick up children at the grassroots and help them to nurture and grow into national and international level players. Kunal, with him, the idea came to him because when he got selected for a basketball camp, My wife very proudly took the letter from the association to the school saying that he has been called to attend this 1 month camp. So can you please permit him? And the school said either he studies or he plays, he can't do both. That is where it stuck in his mind. Then later on when he went to the US to study in Georgetown and other places, he thought, why does one have to sacrifice sports at the altar of academics? Why can't the two go along together? So that's where this idea came up. And I think it's a fantastic, and the results that we have achieved, the last 2 batches which are passed out, 100% scholarships in universities in the US. What Kunal has done, he's created world-class infrastructure with world-class coaching. And you don't have to give up sports because you are in the 8th grade or the 9th grade. So that way it's a very novel concept. And touch wood, now the BFI has taken up this thing. We had the program today where the BFI is sending us players. There is a similar thing happening in football, where football players are coming in. So I'm proud that my son is the one who thought of this and brought it here. My friends and other relatives call us a mad family because you people are crazy. This is like buying a lottery ticket. But we are very passionate about it, and we are very confident that with the infrastructure that we've created and the coaches that we are bound to get results. And today's BFI collaboration is a result of that. The facilities that we have, the coaches that we are going to get, how we blend academics with sports. So I think this is something which in India is needed. In India is needed because prior to starting this school, we had done a research. We had hired a firm to do a research, and in the research, it was found out that nearly close to 80% boys and girls give up sports in the 8th grade because of the rigor of academics, or in rural areas, the girl is not allowed to study any further. Boys, especially in rural areas and in some underprivileged families in cities, the boy is taken out from school to augment the income of the family, so give up academics. Here we are picking up kids from the 6th grade who are good in sports, who have a passion for sports, and we are supporting them to continue with the passion. See, if you see the history of basketball, it was discovered by the YMCAs, right? Why did the YMCA discover basketball? Because there were kids who were dropouts from school, who were drug addicts, who were not doing well. So you had the YMCAs taking them up from the ghettos and making them play basketball. In our case, Nagpada and Mastan YMCA are more or less the same, and they're very passionate about basketball. So whenever tournaments, not only when Mastan and YMCA, the Mastan and Nagpada, when they play against each other, it's a law and order issue. It's a law and order issue because they are so proud of their respective clubs that they will go to any extent to win. But more than that, it is an outlet for kids who are giving up on life, to prevent kids from going into the criminal world. Basketball is a medicine, is an antidote which the authorities are using now to promote basketball so that it weans away kids from crime. But I know of so many other criminals who are basketball fans, and I remember going with the police team to play matches there, and you suddenly see that face who you are looking out for is sitting down in the crowd and watching the game. So it's a very passionate thing with this. So crime rate falling down is because kids are not taking up to crime. They are. So that's all the more danger for the organized crime to come in. But most of, like, for example, in cricket you have got all these vigilance boards, and you've got the vigilance commissioners. The ICC has got, the BCCI has. So they educate the people of, okay, one mistake and your whole career is gone. But now the professional leagues have started in kabaddi, the professional leagues have started in football, the professional leagues have started in volleyball, and now we are having a professional league in basketball. So one will have to be a bit careful that, we don't allow the organized crime to come into it. But, wherever there is a professional tournament, there's bound to be, gambling is something which one will need to be careful about. And because gambling is there, organized crime could come in. So, which happened in cricket. Especially when I was there, it was under the Gambling Act, which is just 300, 400, 800 rupees fine.
Okay.
So it was not so much of a fear. But now, the stigma which is involved in match fixing or in gambling, and people have been suspended for life, they have been banned. So I think that acts as a tool to make sure that they don't indulge in that. So, what the CBI is doing is right, because you need to educate, which even the ICC is doing, which the BCCI is doing. They have their vigilance officers who keep talking to the players and, telling them, what will happen, why they should not, they are putting their careers on the line. So I think it's a good system. See, thanks to the school, most of the time goes in the school. Me and my wife spend a lot of time in the school. And, when you see these young, the kids playing a basketball match or playing a football game or something, that invigorates one. So I am enjoying it, touch wood, thoroughly, the school and retired life. Basketball, whenever my son is down or when we made the basketball court, they pulled me on the ground, my sons, to play basketball. So I had gone with both Kunal and Krish to play basketball on the ground. And sometimes on a Saturday or a Sunday when I get time, take a few shots here and there. But beyond that, no active basketball. Yeah, it is something which the family is very passionate about, and most of our time goes in Corvus. And thank you so much for sparing time and coming to visit Corvus.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.